Hello, welcome to Wellness Wednesday with Maple Tree Cancer Alliance. Whether you're newly diagnosed, undergoing treatment, or in recovery, this conversation is for you. I'm Ariel, an exercise oncology educator, and today's conversation is on exercise in your brain and specifically how moving helps you think and feel better. Following our conversation, stick around for some gentle movement. The information in this video is for educational purposes only, and it's important to consult your medical care team for more in-depth guidance and advice. Let's get started. You should know that brain health is a state of brain functioning across cognitive, sensory, and social, emotional, behavioral, and motor domains, allowing a person to realize their full potential over the life course, irrespective of the presence or absence of disorders. The brain health components we're going to talk about today are cognition, which is memory, attention, and executive function, emotional regulation, including mood, stress, and self regulation, motor control and coordination. This is covering balance, gait, and movement control, and neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt, recognize, and rewire. We should know that exercise triggers a cascade of brain changes from chemical, cellular, structural that improve thinking, mood, and behavior. There are immediate brain benefits, also considered acute benefits. So, with exercise, we get an increased blood flow and oxygen to the brain. The body releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. You immediately can feel a reduced stress and anxiety, and you can feel and have a sharper focus and mental clarity up to 2 hours post workout. Some long term brain benefits of regular exercise include stronger memory and learning abilities, better emotional resilience and stress control, slower brain aging and protection from decline, and enhanced coordination and motor skills. Exercise enhances cognitive function. So, with every step and lift, you are pumping oxygen rich blood to your brain, fueling neurons for sharper thinking. It boosts growth factors that support the creation of new neurons and strengthens connections, improving and learning memory. Exercise makes your brain more adaptable, helping you form new habits, solve problems, and learn faster. And it also strengthens brain communication between brain regions that are responsible for focus, planning, and memory. Exercise improves emotional health by triggering the release of endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, lifting the mood, and reducing pain within your body. It reduces stress hormones like cortisol, leading to calming the nervous system and lowering anxiety. Regular movement helps you manage mood swings and feel more in control. And it also helps your brain bounce back from challenges and adapt to stress. What types of exercise help most? Aerobic exercise is the one that has been most studied. And when the heart rate increases, more blood flow and oxygen enters the brain, and this supports neuron health and brain volume. 30 minutes of brisk walking 3 to 5 days per week has been shown to have the most benefit. Strength training, it stimulates growth factors like IGF-1, which promotes neurogenesis and synaptic plasticity, which neurogenesis is the birth of new neurons, while synaptic plasticity is the process of strengthening or weakening connections between neurons, which are both a form of neuroplasticity. And 2 to 3 sessions per week targeting all major muscle groups has been shown to have the most benefit. To continue on what type of exercise helps the most, balance and coordination, it challenges the cerebellum and motor cortex and improves motor control and neural connectivity. 10 to 15 minutes of balance focused exercises 2 to 3 days per week has been shown to have the most benefit. Mind body practices, combining both physical activity with mindfulness, lowers cortisol levels, boosts mood regulating neurotransmitters, and improves neural efficiency. 20 to 30 minutes of yoga or Tai Chi 3 to 4 days per week has shown to have the most benefit. Thank you for joining our conversation today on exercising your brain and how moving helps you think and feel better. I hope the information has brought you clarity, comfort, and encouragement. Your health and well-being matters most, so please continue to take care of yourself and holding on to hope. Now let's transition into gentle movement. Today's routine is a sample from our Maple Tree On Demand library. Available on the Maple Tree Cancer Alliance app. Subscribe monthly or yearly to access safe, empowering exercise videos for every stage of the cancer journey. If you're ready to join today, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. Now let's get moving.
Hi, I'm Sivia, your exercise oncology instructor with Maple Tree Cancer Alliance. Welcome to week 7 of our 12-week yoga program. This week we'll be focused on shoulders, neck, and spine, and we'll again be incorporating additional standing postures into our flow. Today we will need a floor space and a yoga mat. It'd be helpful to also have a pillow or a folded up blanket to assist in performing modifications. The following exercises are meant to be pain-free. If you notice any pain in any exercises, please skip and go back to what felt good. There may be some discomfort, especially after surgery, but there shouldn't be any pain. So let's get started. Okay, so let's begin on our backs. Just starting straight on our backs here. Feeling nice and comfortable. We start getting into some more standing postures. Let's take a full body stretch with a big inhale. Exhale, let's bring the knees to chest. And hold here. While we're here in this position, let's take our 3 cleansing breaths. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. If it feels better, you can also put your hands on the ground, or you can keep them up on your knees, whatever feels good. So on the inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, breathing in the positive energy, letting go the negative energy. Good, let's lift our neck up and act like we're touching our nose to our knees and squeeze here. And then let's relax our body all the way out. Let your knees come extended. If you're taking care of your low back, you can bend the knees if that feels better. Let's put our one hand on our abdomen and one hand on our heart, whatever hand feels better on each side. So on the inhale, we're going to be counting in 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4. We're doing something called box breathing. It's just another way to increase the inhales and the exhales before we get started. So on the inhale, I'll count to 4, and then we'll hold 4, exhale 4. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna hold here. Exhale 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And do 2 more on your own. And you really just want to take notice of the belly lifting, the chest lifting. It just brings some awareness to what your body's doing when you're breathing, which can increase some of that oxygen that we get into our blood and into our lungs. So on the inhale, exhale. One more on your own. Good. From here, release your arms down, knees to chest, and we're just gonna rock a little bit on our spines. Just massaging that spine. You can go slow or a little bit faster, and then coming back to supine, stretching that body out. Full body stretch. Good. Let's bring our arms above our head, and we're going to take our right hand, and we're just going to cross over our body and the left hand over. So we're kind of giving ourselves a little bit of a hug, and you're going to just take a breath here. Doing a little bit of a shoulder stretch. You should feel it in both of your shoulders and around the backs, the scapulas, the back of the shoulder blades. And then on the exhale, let's bring our arms up and all the way out to the floor. Bringing in with the left hand on top now. And hugging in. Taking a full breath here. It might feel a little constricted because we are hugging, but that's okay. Your body's just breathing in a different position. On the exhale, let's open up. And right arm over. Same thing. Big deep breath in. On the exhale, open. Inhale, bringing up and crossing over left on top. Good. Release from here. Let's hug our knees in. Let's just rotate, massaging the low back. Going both directions. Good, and let's rock up to easy seat when you're ready. Grounding in with both your sit bones, shoulders nice and relaxed, spine nice and tall, head neutral. And let's do the same variation arm flow that we did in supine, and we're gonna do it in sitting. So we're gonna reach our arms out forward, open up, and cross the left over the top. Chin to chest and hug, and take a deep breath. Good. Opening up our right arm over top. Chin to chest and breathe. Good. Open up. Hands can come to our knees. Let's just do a seated cat-cow. Warming up the spine a little bit. Lifting the chest and the chin. Exhaling, rounding the spine for cat. Let's just do 2 more. Good, and let's rotate our cat and cow. So when we're coming into cow, we're leaning to the right and forward and rotating to the left, curving the spine when we come to the back and to the right, and opening the chest. So just do maybe 2 on each side. Focusing on what your breath is doing, where your body's at. So breath and movement. Inhale, exhale. And when you're done, we'll meet back to neutral, just easy seat. Good, and we'll do some shoulder shrugs, rolling down and back. Good, let's go down and forward. All right, from here, lifting our arms all the way up to the top, palms touching, and we're gonna be bending our elbows, thumbs to the base of the neck, chin comes forward to the chest. Inhaling back up, and exhaling down. Doing 3 of these, matching breath with movement. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, from here we're going to take both of our hands to the back behind our sit bones. Just do a little bit of a heart opener here, lifting the chest, Lifting the chin, dropping the neck if you're able. Just for a breath. Good, and release. Let's place our hands in front of us, and I'm gonna turn. We're gonna come to something called hero's pose. You're gonna bend these legs, your knees here, and you're gonna sit back. If you have your blanket near, if this is too much pressure, you can roll up your blanket and put it right in between the crease here, and it doesn't add as much pressure, because we'll be here for just a minute. So coming into hero's pose, sit up nice and tall, spine long. Take a deep breath, reaching the arms up high and reaching back behind for additional chest opener here. It feels a little bit different in this position. You'll want to tent your fingers, go onto your fingertips. Good, and from here, reaching all the way up. And then we're gonna do something called eagle arms and another additional shoulder stretch and arm stretch. So from here, we're gonna hold our arms at a T. I think maybe it'll be better if I face this way. So the left arm is gonna come over the right. So we're crossing, coming in front like this. And then we're gonna wrap around so your palms are touching. So holding here, you can feel it in both of the shoulders. If this feels good for you, stay here. If you'd like to add a little bit of a different stretch, you can make it your own flow by reaching up the arms. You can feel the stretch move down the arm and down the back a bit, and then coming down, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. Matching breath with movement. If you're flowing, we'll just do 2 in both. If you're not flowing, you're just breathing and holding, feeling the stretch. And we'll come back to neutral, unwind, release the arms, shake them out. We'll hold back at a T, and we'll do the same thing, but with the right arm on top. So you're coming in, crossing the right arm over the left, twisting so your palms are touching. And again, both sides are gonna probably feel pretty different. Take a breath here. And if you're flowing, let's bring up, reaching the arms just a little bit higher and coming down. Rounding the spine and bringing up. Down. And do one more up and then meet back in neutral. Good, and release. Palms to the floor. Let's widen our stance a little bit. Push back to child's pose. All right, coming into tabletop. Getting your nice solid foundation, making sure your alignment is good. We're gonna start with a tabletop twist. So we're gonna reach our arm right up for a twist, and then we're gonna thread it through. We're not making any contact with the shoulder, but you can rest it for a minute and feel that arm stretch. Your head can stay elevated, but you don't wanna add too much pressure, just enough to feel it, and then come right back up. Just doing 2 of those. If this is adding too much pressure, then you don't have to add any type of pressure onto that shoulder. You can just thread it through and come right back up. One more. Good, and release back down to tabletop, and we'll do the other side. Resetting on the inhale, lifting up, and threading it through. Reaching up. Exhale through. through. Good. Leaning back in tabletop. From here, if we're going to be going into our downward dog, if the puppy pose is where you're at, then get ready to go into puppy pose. So from here, we're just going to be pushing right on up. Hold here for just a moment. Get stabilized for just a minute. We're just holding it, bending out these knees, bending out the heels, feeling that stretch. Good. And then we're just simply walking forward to meet our hands in a forward fold. If you're not all the way down, you're holding at the shins or at the thighs. Or you can even have your hands on your hips if that feels better. You just want to feel that stretch and that loosening in the back and the low back. Good, so from here we'll just swing our arms all the way up. Stretch and release. Good. So from here, we're going to be doing something called gold post arms. It's going to be focusing on our shoulders and our chest. So we're going to bring our arms all the way up on the inhale. And then we're going to be bending the elbows on both sides, kind of like a gold post or a cactus. And you're going to be holding this here for just a moment. And then releasing back up. And gold post. Exhaling in gold post, inhaling when we reach. So on the inhale, reaching high. And exhale to gold post. Good. Release. Shake it out if you need. All right, from here we're reaching up again. Inhale. And we're taking a standing twist. So we're dropping the right arm, dropping both of the arms parallel with the right arms going back for just a little bit of a twist here. Bringing back up, and the other side, just one on each side. And coming back to neutral, relaxing the arms, and I'm going to turn this way, and we're going straight into Warrior Two. So we're taking our right foot, top of the mat, pushing our left leg back. So again, when we're in the warrior stances and a lot of the standing poses when we're lunging, the heel, ankle, and the knee all should be pretty aligned, and this left back foot should be facing that left wall. So bringing our arms parallel. Good. Holding here for just a moment. We're reaching forward, flipping for extended side angle, and reaching with the left. And while we're here, we're taking this left arm and we're making 2 circles with our arm. Slow and controlled. We don't want to go too fast. And then we'll go 2 circles the other direction. Just some range of motion in that arm socket there. It feels really good. And then when you're done, we're meeting back in extended side angle. And then we're pivoting. From here, we're pivoting into a lunge, dropping both our hands to frame our right foot. We're not dropping the back foot yet. If you feel like you need to, you can go into modified lunge. If you feel good here, we're holding here. We're planting the left hand down, and we're lifting the right arm up for a twist. This is a lunge twist. Hold for a breath. On the exhale, we're dropping that hand down, framing the foot, holding here. Dropping that right, left knee down, holding here before we go anywhere. Coming to tabletop and pushing back to child's pose. Just take a little bit of a break. Good. When you're ready, we're going to do the other side. So coming through back to tabletop. Check your alignment. Make sure you feel nice and stable. We're going to be tucking our toes, pushing up into downward dog. Hips go high. Pedal out those feet. And then from here, we're just walking straight up into our forward fold, coming up to our hands. Breathing here, remember the micro bend in your knee. Don't want to overextend our legs. And from here, we're coming right on up, reaching tall. Good. And from here, we're going right into our gold post arms. So we're bringing those arms to our sides, keeping them bent, keeping the chin up nice and tall, holding for a breath, reaching back up high, and coming down on the exhale. Doing 2 more. Reaching up high. On the exhale, bringing down. Good. Do the last on your own. Perfect. Meeting in upward salute, reaching all the way up high. We're going to the left this time for a left standing twist. Switching it up just a little bit. Coming back up tall, going to the other side. On the exhale, hold for a breath. And bringing the arms back up. Grounding in with our left foot, we're taking our right foot back into Warrior 2. Arms are parallel. Check your alignment, making sure everything feels good and that you feel nice and stable. Holding here, flipping the left hand, coming into extended side angle, forearm to left knee, reaching up with the right arm. Reaching, feeling in that side body, and then we're going to take those right shoulder motions here. We're just going to make big circles. Nice, slow, and controlled. 2 in both directions. Good. From here, we're coming back into our Warrior 2, and then we're transitioning to our lunge. So we're squaring the hips, reaching down forward. If you'd like to come into modified, that's completely okay. If not, you're here with me up in the lunge. Planting our right hand, we're doing a lunge twist with the left arm coming all the way up. Holding here for a breath, feeling strong. Good. Release that left arm back down. Right knee comes down before we go anywhere. And then pushing back into tabletop. Back into child's. Good. Just a moment here. Coming back into tabletop. Quickly into our downward dog. And walking up to our forward fold. Holding here for a breath, we're taking a forward fold twist, so planting the left arm down for stability and reaching up with our right. And switching out, we're just doing 1 on each. Down, coming all the way up, reaching nice and tall. On the inhale, exhale, release the arms down. Good. From here, let's widen our stance a little bit farther than shoulder width, and our toes are going to be at an angle. From here, we're coming into a squat, but we're taking our time when we get there. We don't want to just shoot down. So let's bring our hands into our chest, prayer center, get a good foundation, and we're gonna slowly lower ourselves down. If you'd like a pillow or a blanket, placing it kind of right between your feet or a little bit behind for you to sit on if you need some modifications. So from here, we're just gonna lower down, slow and controlled. Might have to adjust on the way there. If your feet aren't flat, that's totally okay. If you're up like this, that's okay. It does help if you have like a pillow or a blanket here if that's adding too much pressure. You can kind of take more of a restorative approach. So we're holding here. Our elbows are coming to the insides of the knees, and we're adding a little bit of pressure to create some upright posture here, kind of trying to keep our spine nice and straight. Then from here, we're planting the right hand, twisting up with the left. Coming back to center and doing it on the other side. We're just doing one on each, planting the left hand. Right hand comes up for the twist. And coming back to center. So before we go anywhere, we're gonna put our hands behind our backs and we're gonna slowly let our bottoms come down to the mat. Good. Shake it out. All right, from here, keeping our legs nice and extended, flexing the feet, hands behind your sit bones, chest forward, chin neutral. We're gonna lift up into extended staff pose. If this feels good for you here, stay here. If you'd like more of a challenge, we're lifting our hips all the way up high, and we're letting our head go back. And release. One more time. Lift up on the inhale. And release. Good. Even if you're not fully extending, just lifting up your bottom like this is a very good way to modify also and not put as much pressure on your shoulders. So from here, we're lifting up, breathing, forward fold, grabbing those feet if you're able. Make sure there's a nice little bend in your knees. Good. Coming up, we're going straight to our backs. From here, you can have your knees bent or they can be straight, whatever feels good for you. We're going to bring our arms to a T. Take an inhale. And exhale, bringing our arms up in front like we're holding a globe or a ball. And we're gonna bring our arms back behind our head and then bring them back up and bringing it down to our belly or our knees. Bringing it back up. Just doing two more. Inhaling and exhaling, matching that breath with movement. Good, last one. Good, release. And let's bring our knees into our chest, give a nice squeeze. Good. Let's open and stretch our legs a little bit, do some rotations with our hips. Good, go in the other direction. Good, bringing them together and rotating both directions as well. These are always my favorite movements to do after I've done any type of movement or workout. Good, reaching, full body stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, you'll come up to easy seat. If you'd like to take a Shavasana, please do. Find a nice, comfortable room, quiet, play some music. If not, that will conclude the postures and the flows today. Thank you so much for letting me guide you this week, and I will see you next week.